Here's what you should know about your local housing market in this week's Market Update. A lot of the big sources that we typically turn to for home price projections are updating their predictions for 2025 now that we've gotten a good portion into the year. And most of them are decreasing the amount that they predict housing prices to increase by this year. And some are even predicting housing price decreases. However, if you live here in New Jersey, I strongly caution you to take these numbers with a grain of salt because we're seeing a huge divide in the national housing market. We've got some markets that are dipping, and we've got some markets such as ours here in the Northeast that prices are still continuing to climb rapidly. We're seeing low inventory and strong competition. So in any situation, we as your trusted advisors look for the opportunity for you. So where do the opportunities lie in this? Well, if you have any plans or intentions in the near or longer term future of moving out of the area, whether it be for retirement or you simply prefer a different area or climate, now's a good time to look into that. While New Jersey housing prices continue to rise and the demand significantly still outpaces supply, there are certain housing markets, such as, let's say, Florida, where we're seeing a lot of these markets see declines for various reasons, whether it's a large secondary home market, whether it's insurance and weather factors, condo regulations and condo fees skyrocketing. So if you have any plans or intentions of moving out of the area, now's a good time to have a discussion with us and see if it's a really advantageous time to take advantage of that, where the location you might be going to might be seeing more of a buyer's market, and we are still experiencing a seller's market. There are many ways to structure that. If you already own a home in one of these markets, other markets, and you still have your home here because you like to come back and visit, let's say kids or grandkids, might be time to evaluate other options. Maybe take advantage of this market, sell your home, and possibly help them get into a home that can accommodate your longer visits. There's various options. Let's talk about taking advantage of these disparities in the national housing market. So that being said, let's get into the stats this week in our local housing market. This past week, we're talking about Morristown, Chatham, Madison, Harding, Mars Plains, Mendham, Chester, Bernardsville, Basking Ridge, and Randolph. So this past week, we saw 68 homes come on the market in these towns. That is a significant increase over last week. That is a 79% increase over last week. So hopefully we continue to see this trend where we see lots of new inventory come to the market to meet that even stronger demand. The towns we saw the most new homes come on the market were Basking Ridge at 19 homes and Morristown with 15 homes coming on the market. Out of these, 45 were single-family houses and 23 of these were condos or townhouses. The average list price of these homes was $1,509,000. That's a 62% increase over last week. The town with the highest average list price was Bernardsville with $4,662,000. This is strongly skewed because we saw a house hit the market this week in Bernardsville for $9 million, which significantly brought up that average. Total inventory. We currently have 236 homes actively on the market in these towns. That's a 10% increase. Keep in mind, we saw a 79% increase in new homes on the market and only a 10% increase in total inventory. What does that tell us? It tells us that homes are still selling very quickly. They are selling quicker than they are coming on the market. The town with the most homes on the market is Morristown and Township with 47 homes actively on the market. Total homes sold. This past week, we saw 14 homes sell in these towns. That's a 52% decrease over last week. Keep in mind, last week was, Easter and some spring breaks. The town with the highest number of homes selling this past week was Basking Ridge with 4. Other than that, we saw Harding with no home sell, and the rest of the towns had mostly 1 home sell and some with 2. Not many sales this past week. Average list price of the homes sold this past week was $695,000. Average sale price was $756,000. So this past week, we saw homes sell for an average of 7.4% above the list price. Now, we saw none of these towns with homes selling below the list price. We saw Chester, where homes sold pretty much at list price, ever so slightly above list price. Other than that, the rest of these homes sold significantly above list price. Randolph had homes sell for the highest amount above list price at 19% above list price. But we saw Morristown and Chatham also with 12.7% above list price and 11.9% above list price. The rest of these towns we saw between 2 and 9% above list price. So showing you that it's still extremely competitive. We're still seeing homes, even though the number of offers we might be decreasing from where we were this time last year, the competition and the amount above list price is increasing significantly. The average days on market for these homes was 28 days on the market. Under contract, we saw 39 homes go under contract this past week. That's a 5% decrease over the prior week, with Chatham and Randolph seeing the greatest number of homes going under contract. And the average list price of these homes that went under contract was $1.2 million. And those homes were on the market for a median of 18 days. Lots of opportunities there out in the market. There's a lot of changes happening, and with change comes opportunity. So let's have a chat. Let's see what these changes in the housing market mean for your short and long-term plans and opportunities that they may present for you. So hope you have a great weekend. Thanks for checking in with me. I'll catch you guys again next week.